Hey, Dylan.
Hey, Matt.
So we're going to do something a little bit different.
Yes.
I'm stealing this a little bit from Robert Bacon's podcast, Adam Sandler, Please Stop. I figured we would try it out. We tried it out on something short, see how we like it. And if we love it, maybe we'll try it for a future movie when we're face-to-face.
Yeah.
But the way that Adam Sandler, Please Stop works is that they'll watch a movie and they'll stop every 30 minutes or so. Now, we're going to watch a 42-minute movie.
Yeah.
So we're just going to stop once at the halfway point at 20 minutes.
We'll do like an intermission.
But I'm also introducing this for you specifically because I've seen this. I don't think I have anything that I would need to do this for. But I'm going to give you, since this is your first time watching this movie, a stop card that you can use once, which is that if something is happening that you feel like we need to turn on these microphones and talk about it,
okay,
we'll pause the movie.
Will that become our stop then?
No, we'll pause the movie and we'll only discuss that sequence.
Okay.
And then we'll continue until the 20 and talk about the whole 20.
See, I like this a lot because, especially on things that we watch together, like it was really hard when you and I watched Beavis and Butthead together.
Because we had to think about it a day later and discuss it.
Well, there was that, and also like I think both you and I tried really hard not to like make comments while we were watching it.
Yes, exactly. So
which
now
is really unfortunate because that's how I want to watch shit with people.
So
like,
we get a nice
this
break.
Is fucked up, right?
Yeah, we get a nice little break to talk.
So I know nothing about this.
So we should probably tell the audience what it is.
Yes.
I mean, they saw the title of the episode, but it's called Alien Xmas. So
can I tell you what I pictured?
Sure.
So when you said, "Hey, we're gonna watch this Alien Xmas thing," what I picture in my head is like a Flash cartoon from like the 90s. Do you know what I'm talking about? What I mean? So
I think that that's going to hit what you're expecting a little bit.
Okay.
Not a Flash cartoon, but same general vibe.
Okay.
So I, for the last 3 or 4 years, have made it a goal to watch every new Christmas thing that Netflix drops.
Yes.
Throughout November and December.
Okay.
And this was one where I got kind of excited because it was this 42 second, Jesus.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
this
42 seconds, I get a stop card?
Yeah.
This is going to be some wild shit.
It's a 42-minute short film from the Chiodo Brothers.
Yeah.
Who did like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and like a ton of special effects. And it's a stop motion film. It's based on a children's book. It is definitely a G-rated kids special.
Okay.
But there was something that I just found so charming about it when I watched it back in 2020 when it came out. And like, I can't pretend that also just the existence of the year 2020 could have maybe had a little bit of an effect on being like, I'll just take anything that's holly jolly and joyful right now.
Yeah.
But I did rewatch this recently to make sure that I was
that you actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, that I'm like, this is fun. I think you're gonna have a good time,
dude. I can get behind anything that's under an hour.
Yeah, same. All right, you ready to start this?
Yeah, let's start it. Alien Xmas. If you want to watch with us,
yeah,
pause it. Maybe we can put like a timestamp in the thing, like, hey, I'm
gonna literally grab my phone and set a timer for 20 minutes.
Fuck yeah. So, all right, pause it, start watching, and we'll talk to you in 20 minutes.
This is the story of the very first alien Christmas.
This is Earth. We will build the ultimate weapon, and their stuff will be our stuff.
All right, Dylan, you've stopped. I'm curious why.
Okay, yeah, nothing crazy has happened, and we're 8 minutes in, so I'm like, okay, I can stop this now for a second and talk a little bit. Because we only got to make it 13 more minutes before like our actual stopping point. Is the narrator not rhyming on purpose?
It is something that drives me absolutely crazy. Why the narration wouldn't just be a rhyme?
Like, because
the cadence is rhyme.
Did you also hear the what he just said?
No, repeat what he said.
Okay, so he said when he looked down below, he saw
he didn't see the magic.
Something under.
Yeah.
All he saw was what he could steal
instead of plunder.
Yeah. It's like it's got to be purposeful because there are rhymes there.
Yeah.
There's something there. Or you could even say steal and plunder. Like to go along with it.
I in the very, very beginning, the first like 3 things he said, I'm like, I feel like this should be a rhyme.
Yes.
Like
yeah. So and so far we've only had like 3 characters have actual dialogue.
Yeah.
And one of them being our narrator, who we'll talk about when we talk
we'll talk about who
thing.
the narrator is. But
But nothing crazy has happened yet, but I'm enjoying it.
yeah, we were promised a crazy story by the narrator, so we'll
Yes,
see
we
how
were
it goes.
promised a crazy story by the narrator. I did like we were just in a dog shop, and one of the elves is like, we can't get rid of this one. Look at its eyes. And then it pans to another dog behind it that has the same fucking eyes because they're all just black buttons as eyes. We can't get rid of this one. Look at its eyes. And the dog behind it's like, ruff.
Yeah, you bitch.
You fucking cunt.
All right, let's go.
All right, yeah, let's go back. We're coming back to Alien Xmas.
91 Donkey Lane is a magical apartment complex that contains immense power but lacks intelligent inhabitants.
What is happening?
I'm getting texts.
Why are we getting a lot of texts?
People found out what we did.
Oh, dividing Mike Myers into an infinite amount of tiny Mike Myers?
Listen to 91 Donkey Lane for free on Spotify or your favorite podcasting app. More at 91donkeylane.com. See you there, you donkeys.
All right, Dylan, we're about halfway through
Yes,
Alien
we are.
Xmas. So I've been taking meticulous notes of what's happened so far.
Yeah, and I've just been staring at the screen like mouth agape for a lot of it.
So our narrator, we skirted around this during the pause. It's Santa.
It's Santa.
He's telling some Christmas stories to some kids.
Yeah.
And he promises this is the craziest Christmas story.
Yes.
And he tells us about a group of aliens known as the Kleps.
The Kleps. Take off of kleptomaniac because
Yep.
they steal. Like
They're-
that's what they love to do is
They're
steal.
greedy and they steal things, and that causes them to lose their color and become just
Gray. Like they started off as green.
Yeah. X, who is our main character, is the smallest,
Yeah.
but the most clever of the
Yes.
Kleps. And their leader, Z, wants them to rob Earth because Earth has more stuff than any other planet that they've ever seen.
Makes sense.
And X, trying to prove himself, volunteers in tribute to be the alien that goes to Earth. What they want to set up is, I think they called it a gyroscope. That'll like shut off all of Earth's gravitational pull and let all of the stuff float out to space so the aliens can take it.
It's kind of Invader Zim-esque.
A little bit, yeah.
That the opening is.
So I love one of the first like jokes that I laugh at anyway, because homeboy loves a pratfall. Is X drops into this spaceship and we're introduced to his robot assistant Santu, who starts up the spaceship, and then in the corner is like a alien buckle your
The
seatbelt thing,
yeah.
and then the ship takes off, and because he didn't buckle his seatbelt, he just flies
to the fucking roof. I love it. I want a quick question, or not so much of a question. I assume that this is not actually stop motion and it's done more digitally, or
It won awards for stop motion.
okay, awesome. No.
So if
That's
it is,
awesome.
it's very impressive.
That
stop
it is
motion.
very impressive. I love the little things, like the little details, like
They always hang around.
fucking great solid jam. That first Good Charlotte album is so
Great.
fucking good. I love like when the Lego movie did it, every little thing was made of Legos.
Yeah.
Right? I love that when the aliens got into a scuffle, it was cotton. Like they used cotton to show like the smoke of the scuffle. I'm loving the little shit like that.
Yeah, it's unique.
The anime, it's so good. It's very impressive. I feel like it is very impressive. So far I'm liking that. Keep going, because I have some fucking thoughts about
I know
this
you do.
goddamn family.
I know you do. So we get to Christmas Town. Christmas Town seems pretty great.
Christmas Town seems awesome. Dude, it's a fucking castle.
Yeah.
I love the interpretation of Santa as like almost like a king.
Yeah.
But like a
good
nice,
king.
a good king.
He's a good
and
king.
living in this giant castle. Like, have we seen other adaptations
Not
like
that many that I can think of.
That's surprising. I feel like we would have more.
We briefly talked about this, but the claymation dogs are fucking adorable.
Dude, the claymation dogs are so hilarious. And like you can see the bends in the like the arms, how they would rotate like an action figure. They're so cute. Like I wish I had like 10 of them just running around this goddamn room.
Now, I think the first scene that really got us laughing is the town hall meeting.
Oh my fucking God. The reindeer.
Well, I was going to say, they threw in some visual jokes for sure in here.
Yeah.
So Santa is calling a town hall because he and his head technical elf, Obi, have designed a super sleigh.
Yes.
And the goal is that he can deliver gifts at light speed. And like he's giving this speech and it like shows the elves and they're just like all excited. Cool. Then it cuts to a female snowman sweating and fanning herself.
Yeah.
And then when they reveal the super sleigh, it cuts to the reindeer all just going boo.
Boo. Boo. This is like the first one I've seen something like this where the Santa's all in on the technological change.
Yeah.
Like an elf, like he's like, no, dude, we should use reindeer. Like I don't want to use this highfalutin contraptions.
Yeah.
And then also like what in Arthur Christmas, kind of
reverse.
The same a little bit. It's more Arthur who's like, I don't want this highfalutin.
And then there's like ones where Santa wants the souped up sled and like it's the elves are like, you're ruining the sanctity of Christmas.
Where this seems like that's not.
Yeah, only the reindeer are upset about this decision.
It seems like nobody really gives a shit about this decision. It's more like, hey, this thing isn't working, which we'll get to.
And I like that when it doesn't work, Santa is super optimistic and understanding.
I think this is one of my favorite versions of Santa.
Yeah, he's just like, hey man, I believe in you.
Yeah, he's like, dude, fucking chill, bro. We still got what they say.
You saw my cameo. And this dude runs across the screen. He's like, how are we going to deliver the presents without the super sleigh?
I think there's one. I think it's 2 days till Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just comes in and goes, there's only 2 days for Christmas. What are we going to do? Ah! It's so fucking funny.
Now, this does introduce the thing that has been driving you up a goddamn wall.
Dude, you have been, I can tell you were seeing me, and I'm like, this fucking cunt of a kid.
Yeah. So Obi has a daughter and a wife.
Yes.
But he has to fix the sleigh in 2 days.
Yeah.
And the daughter is just giving him grief about this.
Real passive-aggressive, dude. Real dickish moves. For a family that I would assume...
This is old hat.
It's old hat, but also he's probably only working late like 2 weeks out of the fucking year.
He's probably mostly a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
Like 340 days out of the year, and then
yeah, it seems like his job is to work on the sleigh
and make inventions, and he makes the makes the inventions at home because they have the wrapping gun.
Exactly.
And shit.
So. There's no reason for this kid to be
upset. This is just a thing you understand. You're like, hey, my dad works during the holidays.
And my big problem with it is the wife is doing the same thing. She's like, oh, yeah, he should be home.
Yeah.
But when she needs to be like, listen, it's Chris. We've got 2 days till Christmas. You know, like, that's kind of our thing, brother.
Spoiler alert, like, once Santa leaves... He's off the hook. Yeah, it's not like he's not going to be home on Christmas Day. He'll be there Christmas morning.
For sure, man.
So that's all happening.
Yes.
We go back to X. He is in the workshop. They find an underground area where they can build this gyroscope.
Yeah.
X realizes he is wildly out of his element building this.
Dude, we've been there.
Yeah.
We've definitely been there. Where, like, here's this, like... 30-page instruction manual, a bunch of parts, and all you need is an Allen wrench.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, that's like anything you order from IKEA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he tries to reprogram Santu to do the work. But at first, what happens first is that Santu turns into like a killing machine. And this is when we learn that his first line of defense is to play dead.
His defense mechanism is to play dead. And which, because of the way it's animated, his eyes don't change. They just get real fucking wide. And then he just falls over.
And this gets X into some trouble.
Yeah.
Because he plays dead in front of Obi.
Yep.
Who thinks that he's a toy. And where we're at right now is he has given this toy to his daughter, Molly.
Yes.
And Molly, in her sleep, grabs her new toy and squeezes it. And all of a sudden, there's a little bit of light.
Yeah. X
pumping through
X
some.
has found love.
Yeah.
X earned the power of love.
Bump, bump. And that's pretty much where we paused it. We've.
Walk me through, like, what do you like about this so far?
I mean, for starters, I'm a slut for some stop motion.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
you give me a stop motion thing, I'm gonna watch
Good.
it. Yeah.
Good stop motion.
Yeah, and this is like seamless stop motion.
Yeah, it really is. You know what this honestly reminds me of? The way the mouths and stuff are going. It reminds me of when, like, Mad TV would do those stop motion shorts and stuff. Honestly, obviously, this is, like, a little better and more put together, but that's what it reminds me of. Or when Always Sunny did it. The Rudolph parody, I think, is the closest.
Okay, so I want to read you something real quick.
Okay.
Alien Xmas is based on a 2006 book of the same name by director Stephen Chiodo
Okay.
and Jim Strain. So they wrote the book
They wrote
first.
the book. Okay.
The Chiodo Brothers.
I feel like I've seen the book before.
Yeah. The Chiodo Brothers initially pitched an animated adaptation of the book to their executive producer, Jon Favreau, whom they had previously worked on the stop motion for Elf. When X first comes to Christmastown, I thought that I saw the penguin and the bear that wish Buddy a good Christmas. So they reused those stop motion things. It says, though Alien Xmas utilized computer-generated imagery for scenes featuring spaceships, the majority of the film was produced using exclusively stop-motion animation.
That's awesome.
We animated mostly on 2s while maintaining the handmade quality of a Rankin and Bass film. We gave it a 21st century value, but we achieved that through lack of detail. We had to find that balance where we gave it enough detail in the art direction to make it look good by today's standards. But yeah, so we're watching them do stop motion.
Yeah, I really enjoy this. I really wish it got more.
Yeah, this got dumped.
This is just, I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
And
if I didn't literally meticulously through November and December, listeners, here's the tip on how to find these things. Every week, Monday morning, go on your desktop, log into Netflix, and at the top it'll say new or coming. Okay. And you click in it and it will have a full list of everything that has just been added or will be added in the next 2 weeks. And I just scroll through there and look for anything that's a Christmas title and I just add it to my watch list. And that's how I would find these things because they'd be buried.
Yeah.
And like this was coming out in 2 weeks and that was the only time I heard them talk about it.
Yeah, this is wild. And this is even something that I feel like they didn't do a good job even giving the cover. Because if I was to scroll past this, I'd be like, oh, that's probably some stupid fucking
kid shit. Yeah.
Doc McStuffins. I'm not watching that shit.
No.
Keep going. But no, I'm really enjoying this.
I'm glad. All right, let's finish it.
All right, yeah, let's finish it. Let's see how this tale turns out.
In that moment, X felt something he'd never felt before. Something he didn't even have a word for. But we do. It was love.
So, hold on. I'm going to jump to the end just real quick. Does X have a child?
X has a daughter now.
Who's the mother?
I don't know. Maybe the Supreme Leader Z.
Ooh.
It was a pink baby.
Ooh. Go X.
Go X.
Go X.
So yeah, we hit play, and pretty much as soon as we hit play, we see that X has been dragged around all Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Sees all the joys of Christmas.
Yes, and he's continuing to play dead.
He's continuing to play dead. As soon as they go to sleep, he wakes up. He starts stealing stuff. I wrote down, X steals a family photo from Holly because it's the one thing that she can't replace.
Oh my god!
There's a couple
people. Aliens are ruthless.
There's a couple stand-up comedian fans who are fucking loving it. Holly reveals that she's known all day that he's not a doll, and that she's been waiting for him to just get up and leave like every other man in her life.
To which at that point you're like, well, that's pretty fucking weird that you've just been like throwing me around then, right?
But then she's like, look, if you're gonna leave, no one should be alone. Here's the dog that I love so much. And the gift of receiving a dog causes X to get his color back.
Now let's talk about that real quick. Nobody wants a dog sprung on them.
No.
Nobody wants a dog.
Actually, but I'm going to say
them.
something that goes against that because I feel like the moral of this story is that dogs fix everything. Every person who has a dog handed to them, they're just like, what is this feeling of love that I never knew?
But I will say, that's not fucking true. Like the moment like you got to let that dog out at 3 a.m. or the moment that dog has diarrhea on your fucking carpet.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you. People are constantly trying to tell me to have a pet. And I'll dog sit for people, and I'll tell you, by the end of that week, I am firm in my stance that I love pets, but I don't want them.
I hope you don't hate coming here, because big reveal, we are still at my house, and I have 4 cats and 2 dogs, and I hope our one cat Raven has been taking a liking to Matt towards the end of this.
It's all good. It is all gravy. But I'm saying, like, even watching a dog at my own house, like home field advantage. Yeah, I could love the shit out of that dog, but I am very excited when the day is that they get picked up and aren't in my house anymore. Yeah, because they throw off your sleep schedule. They throw off a lot of your stuff. It's crazy.
Puppies are the fucking worst. They're so cute to look at, but damn.
Look, I've made a controversial statement, and I'll repeat it. I think having a dog is harder than having a child. I think it adds more...
I don't want that. I don't want me commenting on that to be on record, so I'm going to just comment.
And this, look, let me stress. This is my point with this.
Okay.
Social gatherings.
Yes.
If your friends are having a 4th of July barbecue...
Yep.
And you have a baby, you can bring that baby to the barbecue.
That's true.
And, baby can fall asleep and you can still enjoy barbecue.
That's true.
If you have a dog, you can't just show up with a dog at the barbecue. You're an asshole. But then you also have to leave the barbecue at some point to take care of the dog.
Take care of the dog. And you also have to, if you're anything like me, you're worrying about that dog.
The whole
entire time.
That's what I mean. That's the only reason I think that there is a lot more stress that comes into a human being's life.
I get that.
With a baby.
I
think that a dog is a more inconvenient piece to your social life a lot of the time.
I agree. I would agree with that. And I'd also say the dog is more of like an immediate, like, this is a fucking problem.
Again, if you have a kid and you're going on vacation, kids come with you on vacation. If you got a dog and you're going on vacation, you got to pay someone money to take care of that fucking dog.
You're either boarding the dog or you got to figure something out with that. I mean, the case in point, like we do MagFest every year, and I got to figure out who's like what's
who's
going
watching
on with
what
our pups. So I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this. Keep going.
So then we go and we see that Santu is finished building the gyroscope.
Yep. Evil Santu.
Evil Santu. X quickly reprograms.
You can tell he's evil because he has red eyes.
Yes. X quickly reprograms him to have his green eyes again.
Yes.
And then
you can tell he's good because he has green eyes.
He goes and he fixes the super sleigh.
Yes.
And I have to say, though,
what's up?
The moments where Santu is building this gyroscope and it's moving around and stuff, that's some of the most impressive stop motion stuff in this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's so many moving pieces happening there. It's insane. So then one of the other parts that made us laugh, and I don't know if I'm assuming it was intentional. I don't think that this was accidental. Holly is very quickly explaining the whole plot.
It's gotta be.
And Obi's just going,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's played so dry and so straight because when she's done and he's like, huh, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why did you do this, little alien guy?
So that killed me.
Which I guess you definitely, if you were an elf, it's easier to accept than if they were humans. Because I mean, as an elf, you've seen some fucking wild shit.
You already know that Santa Claus is real and that he magically travels around the world.
Exactly.
So like, it's not crazy. I mean, for us in our 30s, this was obvious. But I'm sure for a kid watching it, that fucking the end showing up on the screen just before the aliens blow the fuck out of this workshop and start raiding Christmas Town was a great fake out.
Oh, it's a great bit. I wish, like, again, I wish I was like a kid and I didn't know it was coming, because like I knew, I'm like, well, we can't just gloss over that. Like, I mean, he's got an entire fucking alien species
race waiting on him.
That thinks that he's doing some crazy shit. That was great though, because Santa's fucking like, I told you that was a good end to a Christmas story, not a good end to our Christmas story. Our Christmas story is a crazy Christmas story, in case you didn't remember.
And then I love that, like, the aliens blow up one of these houses and the elves are huddling inside of there.
Yeah.
And then the elves just like reveal that they're packing with all of Obi's inventions. So they're just like wrapping them up in different gift wrapping paper.
It was very what's her name at the end of the Halloween 2018 movie where she's like, gotcha, boom, like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah, 100%. And then Santu,
but very non-lethal elf weapons.
Yeah, non-lethal. Yeah,
the elves are winning in this battle in completely non-violent ways.
Santu overrides the gyroscope to shut off the anti-gravity stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other line that we had to laugh at is X is flying around in the super sleigh taking shit down.
Yeah.
And Z's like, someone get him out of there. And they fire and they destroy the super sled. And as X is falling to his death with his puppy, a reindeer flies in and grabs him, and I wrote exactly what he said, and X in his alien language was like, and then the reindeer goes, forget about it, it's what we do.
It's what we do. It's what we do.
But
it sounds like the reindeer are gonna have a job back.
Yeah, well,
the fucking sleigh is destroyed.
Fucking shocker ending is that the aliens win this war.
Oh yeah,
like they win. And then it's not until X is like, hey, here's a puppy dog that like things change around.
It's true. Like she comes down and she's like, you disobeyed my orders, but you are now promoted to Supreme Chancellor.
She's like, that makes you the most ruthless klept we've ever seen.
Yeah. So she's like, you've gained these people's trust, to which I feel like, listen, you and I love a happy ending.
Yeah.
But if actual aliens were to come down, I feel like you'd be like, that's exactly what I did.
That's what I did. Yeah. These stupid meat bags just want to believe everything.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
But yeah, they hand Z a puppy and Z turns pink. And
and then they just start giving gifts to all the aliens, and the aliens deliver all the gifts.
It's funny because one of the elves is like, doesn't say this, but like, this is the situation. Like, hey, put down your super fucking dope alien gun, and here's a toy airplane.
Yeah.
To which I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with my alien gun.
I like my alien gun.
Bro.
Thank you. And then because the super sleigh is destroyed, X is like, hey guys, we got all these spaceships. Let's
deliver some gifts.
And the aliens deliver all the gifts. And then, like we said, at the very end, Santa's telling the story. And he says that's the story of the first Alien Christmas.
Big reveal.
That's when they pan over and there's all these alien children sitting with the children in the beginning of the story. Mm-hmm. And then cut to the wide shot. And there's X with his baby. And here's the thing that confused me.
Okay.
Because
something that confused you.
Well, because X is sitting next to an older elf holding a baby.
Yeah.
So for a split second, my brain was like, okay, it's been a couple years. That's Holly grown up with a baby, and there's her friend X with his baby. And then I looked directly behind X.
Yeah.
Is Noelle Obi and Holly looking exactly the way that she looked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, so how much time has passed? Is this just he's telling the story of last year to these kids?
Well,
who were definitely alive.
I was like, and that's the story of the first Alien Christmas, which you all remember because you were all there. It happened only 5 days ago. Like maybe they're like us, and the day like January 2nd is like my least favorite day.
Yeah,
of
it's
the
like
year.
Santa. You need to fill me with some holly jolly right the fuck now.
Because the season is over. Like I've gone from December 26th isn't so bad because like we have our annual talk about how did Christmas go. I love it, and I've been looking at it as a very more positive experience. But like January,
but then once
2nd,
you get into the new year,
like
it's
January
fuck this
2nd
shit.
or January 3rd, where like okay, so this season is actually done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone gather around and let me tell you the story of a few days ago.
He's just doing our December 26th podcast with an audience. He's like, all right, let's do a quick download of what happened.
Because there's probably, I wonder if there is anybody in our family or friends that are like, I know what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I was there.
I was there. Why am I listening to this
mental?
episode? Like, why am I listening to this? Well, Dylan, here's what I gotta say. There's nothing alien about how much you make me love Christmas.
Oh
buddy.
my God, you make me love Christmas like I were an alien receiving a puppy.
Now we won't stop till the big ball drops on New Year's. Happy holiday, have a great holiday, have a merry happy holiday.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.